Hey guys, it's your humble host, or Kale if you prefer, so I'm back with another video. You either love these things or you're tired of seeing them everywhere or mentions about them. What I'm talking about is NFTs or non-fungible tokens. If you don't know what those are, if you don't quite understand how they work, I'm going to try to find some of the videos I've watched in the past and put them in the description, from explaining how the blockchain works to what it takes to launch just one non-fungible token and get one of those selling, and how much money you actually make in comparison to how much you can sell one for, and all that wonderful jazz. Well, I just watched a video about them again, but they're being implemented, or there's a possibility that they're going to be implemented to YouTube. I'll show you one of the articles that was brought to my attention through someone else's video. Now, you have video games that are talking about implementing these. They're all over the internet. You have multiple platforms talking about them, and I have no use for them. I don't care for them. Let's get to the article and I'll expand a little bit more on my thoughts. So, this is written by creativeblog.com. This is published 2 days ago. YouTube NFTs could be happening, and it's a big deal. Could YouTube NFTs happen this year? Possibly. In a letter to the platform's creator, CEO Susan Wojcicki explained that the platform is exploring how its creators could benefit from the digital collectibles. NFTs have become a source of inspiration for YouTube, she said. No, I've seen a lot of YouTubers just kind of dunk on them, like, no. As a key part of what's driving Web3, NFTs are one of the biggest digital trends of 2022. Yet one of the trends that needs to freaking die, but it won't because people are stupid. We explain how the impact of NFTs, non-fungible tokens, will affect everything from games to branding and art in our explanation of the NFT trends for 2022. If you want to prep for YouTube's NFT future, take a look at our guide to the best software for video editing. Wojcicki wrote, the past year in the world of crypto, non-fungible tokens, and even decentralized autonomous organizations has highlighted a previously unimaginable opportunity to grow the connection between creators and their fans. So decentralized pretty much means they're taking, in my opinion, just from my understanding of it, they're taking all the creative rights from the artist, and the buyer can redistribute, can resell, and make money off of the image they bought from the artist, which takes the power out of the artist, takes the creative rights. So if you've ever bought a commission or made a contract with a graphic design company for a certain brand or certain logo or something, there's always, for the most part, depending on the artist, a little clause in there telling the client what you can do and what you can't do with the art piece you just bought. Whether that's a piece for a t-shirt and you have something worked out to where a certain percentage of those sales goes back to the artist. Now, that is a thing in here too with non-fungible tokens. When you have the creator that puts one up and somebody buys it, you now have a blockchain, and I'm going to put a video down below as to what a blockchain is. Pretty much, to dumb it down in the simplest of terms, a blockchain keeps track of who bought the image or piece of art and who else it got sold to, and it creates like a spider web. And anyway, so that person who bought said artwork from the creator can then turn around and resell it for maybe twice as much, 3 times as much, and those buyers can come and get it from the seller, and therefore the blockchain continues. Now, every time that this piece of art is sold, you have royalties, and I don't know the percentage, I think it depends on the site, goes back to the original creator of the NFT or piece of artwork. So the original creator does get some kickback from all these anonymous sales that happen between the original buyer, which is now the seller, and the future buyers and sellers and whatnot. Again, I don't know what that percentage is, but at that point, because the creator's art is so widespread and in the hands of so many people, they have no control. Like, they lose control over what happens to it. I, for one, and I know a lot of artists can agree with me, am not okay with that. I am far beyond not okay with that. Let's continue reading. Continuing, she detailed, we always focus on expanding the YouTube ecosystem to help creators capitalize on emerging technologies, including things like NFTs, while continuing to strengthen and enhance the experiences creators and fans have on YouTube. The idea of YouTube enabling its creators and influencers to sell NFTs directly to their fans could be huge for both the platform and its viewers. The use of NFTs on the video streaming platform could also affect how major brands market themselves and usher in a new era of creative approaches to design, gaming, and video creation. The take-up of NFTs into YouTube content could help creators build far deeper community engagements, and brands could enable NFT holders to own a campaign. The scope and scale of what this could mean is huge for creators and for platforms like YouTube if done for creative reasons. We expect YouTube is waiting for better ecology around NFT creation, but this is coming with carbon neutral and low carbon blockchains such as Flow, Wax, and Solana. We expect YouTube to embrace NFTs sooner rather than later. But while YouTube is joining a growing list of major platforms, including Meta, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, that have thrown support behind NFTs, we've yet to see solid user cases of how this will happen. So, if you haven't been following any of the drama with NFTs, because I've been watching them, you have scams, NFTs, and that's something a lot of people went and demonstrated, that you can copy them off the website. That's right click and save, and you can get the image and do whatever you want with it. So to explain a little bit more about blockchains is you own, not from what I understand it, not particularly the original image itself, but you own a link. That is what you own, saying this is my link. I have a string attached to the original image to what the creator has made, whether that's a animation, which you see more NFT cartoons and they're cringy as all hell, an image, a GIF or moving image or something. Anyway, you own a link. So with that being said, because it goes back to what I was saying, is to where the original creator has no say in how these NFTs or how their creation is now used. And I'm sure a lot of artists who put these NFTs up or these images and whatnot know that, or should hopefully know that. They have no control as to what the NFT gets associated with. Like, you lose all creative control with it. And again, I'm not a fan of that, and I know many artists are not a fan of that either. Now, what the article is referring to as low carbon is because there are big supercomputers, and I'm sure you've heard this talked about in other videos too, to where they use a lot of power, and a lot of people come up saying, well, these are having an impact on the environment because they suck a lot of power. And that's why when you go to launch an NFT, you have a fee on there called a gas fee. That is a fee that you are paying to use part of this power that this huge or multiple supercomputers are running in order to keep all of the databases for the cryptocurrency, for the NFTs, because these computers have to be constantly running in order to maintain and process the blockchains and when NFTs are uploaded. So that's cryptocurrencies like that too, to where you have massive supercomputers constantly running so people can continue to use cryptocurrencies. So your money depends whether or not these computers stay up and running. I'm not going to go into that mess. I don't know much about the carbon footprint. I just know a lot of people are coming up saying requiring a lot of energy, it's doing damage, it's creating a lot of toxins, so that's a whole other ball of wax. So, I don't care for these things at all. And if you guys have browsed the NFT markets whatsoever, specifically OpenSea or some of these other ones, you will find a lot of NFTs are just uglier than sin. Now, from what I understand, it's not so much about how they look, it's a trend, it's being in the cool kids club, it's having money to throw around because you have a lot of celebrities, rich people get involved in this dumb shit. And for me, it's just like, what do you do with them? Like, you don't, as far as I know, because once you buy an NFT, you can turn around and resell it. Do you get, because I'm not going to buy one. I'm never going to buy these stupid things. I have no use for them. They just sit in a supercomputer and that's it. Do you get an option to download a copy of the high-res file to do whatever you want with? Is it a smaller version? Do the buyers of the NFTs just have to right-click and save? So I don't understand specifically the process on how the person who buys the NFT, if they get an actual copy, digital copy of the image itself in high res to do whatever they want with, or is it just a link that they turn around and sell? That part, I don't know. I have yet to see anybody actually go into that part thoroughly yet. And if you have a video you can show me, please put it in the comments, because I would love to see that process and how that works. But again, what are you supposed to do with these things? Are you able to put them on t-shirts? What are the creative rights? Because as I said, the whole point of NFTs is to decentralize to where somebody can take an image they bought and I guess do whatever they want with them, regardless of what the creator wants associated with it. I mean, I don't fully understand the use of them. Like, can you put them on t-shirts? Can you open up a t-shirt shop at these things and sell them and redistribute the image that way? As far as I know, because I've been reading this too, there's really no regulations around NFTs yet. There's already a lot of scams. There's people getting their art stolen. A good case, and this is an artist I followed. If you know an artist or knew an artist by the name of Quinny, Quinny was somebody who passed away about 2 to 3 years ago. Quinny died of extreme cancer. I forget what the particular type of cancer it was. I want to say it was stage 4. But if you saw the artwork with a girl and goldfishes, I mean, she used a lot of goldfish in her artwork or koi, whether it's in an umbrella in a lake or the sky or whatnot. You'd be able to see her artwork right away or pick it out if you're familiar with what she did. But somebody went, and I think because she still has, I think they've memorialized her Facebook page, somebody went and took the images from both Quinny's DeviantArt page and Facebook and wherever else Quinny was uploading her work, and they turned them all into NFTs. I know Quinny's brother came out saying that this is disgusting, and they were working on trying to pull this entire NFT shop down. I don't know if the brother was successful, but that's just an example. People are taking deceased people's work and uploading it. They're taking work from all kinds of different art websites. I think even the Quartering just came out and said he had one of his icons or logos stolen from him, and somebody uploaded it on an NFT shop and is making money out of it. So there's no regulations. There's no, as far as it's been talked about by various artists and people who've had their stuff stolen, there's not really an authentic way to report these guys, and this just kind of opened the door, massive doors, to art theft. Granted, art theft has been around for quite a while, and you even have art platforms letting stores come in and steal stuff. Like, I'll give you an example. I used to be part of DeviantArt, and DeviantArt would let, particularly one of the stores, Hot Topic, come in and steal stuff from artists and sell it and put it on their t-shirts. I actually found a couple things at a Hot Topic one year that I'm like, I know I've seen this stuff before. And I went to the artist I followed because it was somebody I followed, and I'm like, hey, I found your stuff over at Hot Topic. Thought you should know. DeviantArt used to have a really bad reputation for that. So, again, not a whole lot of regulation. You have a bunch of digital money, which, by the way, this is actually true for cryptocurrency in general. So, the things that you have when you make purchases with, it's not normal money either. It's a type of crypto coin, whatever the platform is using, like OpenSea. Forgive me if I mispronounce this, but you have Ethereum. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Where a certain dollar amount equals a certain amount of that coin, and you have a wallet. Now, it costs money to get your cryptocurrency turned into actual digital money and put into your bank account, or I think they might work with PayPal, but it costs a large amount to process what's in your wallet and turn it into digital, usable money. So, again, I don't see the point of these things. I think they're ridiculous. I think they're useless. If you're into them, more power to you. Be extremely careful. I like the biggest one. People keep copying this one is Bored Apes. And if you guys saw the cartoon, because so many YouTubers were jumping on that and reviewing it, called the Red Ape Family, you have so many shops now going through and copying the Bored Apes. I don't know how many variations I've seen of these stupid things. And then you have people kind of getting creative. They're taking the idea that Bored Apes has, which is using just a default base and then exchanging multiple pieces with it. And a lot of NFTs are now doing the same thing, whether they're using a cat, a little squishy worm, a dinosaur, where they have a base model and you can exchange multiple pieces. I'm seeing so many NFT shops because I have taken the time to look as like, okay, is there a point to these things? What else is all out there? I've seen very, very few unique NFT shops, and then you have a lot of them that you don't know what the image looks like or what the mix of pieces is going to be until you buy it. A lot of shops, including Bored Ape, has where the pieces already mixed, and it shows you what those mixed pieces look like and which parts and sets got picked out. So another thing I noticed with NFTs, and I guess this is considered derivative artwork, where they'll take pieces of characters from Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Naruto, Disney. I saw one NFT shop in particular based off of the traditional Mickey Mouse, where he had, instead of having white eyes and black pupils, it's the older version to where it's reminiscent, if you guys have seen the character Oswald the Rabbit, where it's the black eyes. And so I saw one NFT shop to where it's bits and pieces of the old style Disney cartoons, from the cow to Pete the cat to Oswald to Minnie Mouse. And these are parts and pieces that technically these can be considered original characters, but if you get the right pieces together, you'd be making one of the old style Disney characters. So I've seen a lot of that stuff too, and it's just like, can Disney come in and start copywriting some of these NFTs? Can other companies come in and start copywriting these NFTs if they recognize a part of the artwork? So there is really no rules and regulations to these things as of yet. So this has gone about like almost 20 minutes, but YouTube is wanting to implement these things. I personally have no use for them. If I'm going to buy something from an artist, which I've done before, it is going to be a unique piece that I need tailored for my specific needs, whether I want to put on a t-shirt, use it as a stream or video, image, clip art, whatever, or pay someone to make a piece that I could later put into a piece that I finished creating myself. So I personally have no use for them. If you do by some chance, cool, I guess. There's one specific video I'm going to try to find that talks about the launching of just one NFT. And the guy said, as he used OpenSea, and I don't know if other platforms charge a little bit less, but I think he said his first NFT went for like a little over $200 to almost $300, and out of all the expenses from the gas fee, the minting fee, and another fee that was tacked on top of that mess, I think he said out of that entire sale, he got maybe 60 to 70 bucks back. I forget the guy's name. I'm going to do my best to find the video and put it below, but there's no point to these things at all, like modern art. No point. It just, as many people described it, it is a rich people fad that I hope to God dies. And if you guys actually look into cryptocurrency, because a lot more websites are starting to use it, like Minds was using it, and I kept getting emails about certain things in regards to it because I didn't understand it. I'm not personally comfortable with having a bunch of digital money swimming around, being converted into something else that completely crash and die, depending on a supercomputer. So as tech savvy as I am, because I do use a lot of technology and whatnot, so I'm not a basic user when it comes to things like smartphones, computers, and whatnot. I like my technology, but no, I'm not having my dollar amount dependent on a flippin' supercomputer. Not okay with that. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on these in particular? And then what are your thoughts on YouTube implementing these? Tell me in the comment section below. And I do apologize if my voice or it seemed like I was a little bit out of breath. I have been recovering from COVID. Yes, I did get it, though it wasn't officially tested. Hubby did test positive. I put out like a post like maybe a week or two ago, and it wasn't as bad as some other people have described them getting it, but it does make it a little bit hard to breathe. Like your throat and your lungs get filled a lot with phlegm, and that causes the coughing, and so it wasn't fun. A lot of fatigue, and for me, it kept making me crash to where it really jacked up my sleeping schedule, and it was just a nasty little surprise from my husband's job. So, yay. Anyway, that is why I sounded funny, or it sounded like I was a little bit out of breath. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I can definitely feel it. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, what are your thoughts below? If you guys have any informative videos that you would like to post, please put them in the comment section, because this is an ever-growing process. People are still learning about these. This is still being fleshed out. So will I ever dabble in it? At this point in time, no. Do I encourage others to do it? Personally, from my point of view, no. If you decide to, more power to you. But either way, have a good one, you guys.